This is on page 625. So again, we have the word solve. And we have 3 minus 3 cos x minus 2 sine squared x equals 0. Again, we have more than one trig function. And once again, we say to ourselves, is there a way that we could write this as a single trig function? Could we change something so that this is all with cos or all with sine? And the answer is yes, because we can change sine squared to 1 minus cos squared. If we distribute that, what kind of equation do we have now? A quadratic. How do we solve a quadratic? Make one side equal to 0, which it is already. I might take the time now just to rewrite it so it looks how we always write our quadratics. Cos squared first, minus 3 cos x. And with the numbers, 3 minus 2 is 1. And again, this is the easiest possible factoring one that I think exists. Okay? Because the first one's 2 cos squared. What's the only possibility? Has to be 2 cos x and cos x, if it's factorable. The last one's a 1. That means the last numbers have to be 1 and 1. So you've had to make no decisions up to now as far as factoring goes. Lastly, you're going to have to think, are these both positive? Are they both negative? In order for my outside and inside to get a negative 3, they would both have to be negative. Again, once you're done factoring, you should always do a quick mental math and multiply that out to check, does this line that I just wrote equal the line above it? And if you multiply that out, yes, it does. And so now what do we have? We've got that cos x could equal a half, or cos x could equal 1. Are those on our pie plate? Yes. When is cos a half? Pi over 3, and that would be in quadrant 1 and quadrant 4. And when is cos x equal to 1? 0 and 2 pi. Now, once again, I know I read at the beginning of the question, I remembered that it only went to 3 pi over 2 as my domain. But we get into a habit of solving between 0 and 2 pi. One second. We get into a habit of solving between 0 and 2 pi. So it's also good to get into a habit that once you're done, you check what was the domain that was asked for. And the domain that was asked for was between 0 and 3 pi over 2. If we think about our unit circle, can you see that that's quadrant 1, 2, and 3? Nothing in quadrant 4. So now when I go back to my answers, this one's not in my answer. Neither is this one. Yes? Because of our cast rule, cos is a half, cos is positive. And so cos is positive in quadrant 1 and quadrant 4. So then our only answers are pi over 3 and 0. Again, question number 10 will be one for practice.